Secret number 5 is coming right up. Before we do that, let's take a recap. So the first 4 secrets is more of a mindset shift. I mentioned before, Tony Robbins has enlightened me to believe that if you want to success in anything, 80% is mind shift and 20% is tactic. So as you can see, the first 4 is a mindset shift. Think about 80-20. Think about versus who versus how. Output instead of just time spent. And also energy management versus time management. So all this is more on a mindset. The good news and the bad news of mindset is, let's start with the bad news. The bad news of mindset is harder to acquire, but it's easier to master. Why am I saying that? Harder to acquire is you might have to hear the same thing again and again and again. You might not still get it. You might have to experience it personally. And once you experience it personally, you might just get it right away. That's what I mean by it's hard to acquire, but easier to master. Once you get that mindset, once you shift to 80-20 rule mindset, who versus how mindset, focus on output versus time spent mindset, focus on energy management versus time management mindset. Once you shift that mindset, you're a mastery already. You never do things the old way. So that's the good news and bad news of mindset shift, right? Mindset shift can happen just like that, literally in a second. But how you acquire it, everybody have a different journey. Everybody is different. Everybody have different experience. So the key is to do not stop, right? Keep on listening, keep on trying, keep on hearing, and keep on experiencing it until you, boom, master it and truly believe it. It's also good news and bad news about the tactic part. Tactic is easy to acquire, but harder to master. Because tactic usually require practice, and practice takes time. And depending on who you are, your capability, your life experience, and everything and so forth, right? It's no way to tell how often you have to practice in order for you to master that tactic. But that's not important. The important is if you truly want to start to gain control of your time, in terms of time management, this 4 first secret is what really gonna move the needle. Number 5 is really icing on the cake, and number 5 is gonna launch you to the next phase, which is the tactic part. There are a lot of tactics out there. I'm not gonna cover those things. There's a lot of people doing a better job than me. But this tactic that I'm about to share with you, which is secret number 5, is the beginning of all tactics. Secret number 5 is about saying no. I learned this from Warren Buffett. Warren Buffett have famously said it many times that the difference between very successful people than the rest is very successful people almost always say no. No! When I first hear that, I didn't get it. I thought as an entrepreneur, you're supposed to say yes. You're supposed to say yes to all opportunity. You're supposed to try new things. You're supposed to do different things, right? You're supposed to say yes to new knowledge. But why does Warren Buffett say no? It took me years to figure it out, but once I figured out, my life shift. The reason that is because of the opposite side. Because every time when you say no to something, you're actually saying yes to something else. And every time when you say yes to something else, you're actually saying no to something else. I'm gonna give you a concrete example. So personally, when I first experienced this is for my baby product business. And so for my baby product business, I designed baby product and we private labeled it and we sell it on Amazon, and that's how we make money. And for years before that happened, for all my other businesses, I would learn a new business opportunity, but then I would learn a whole bunch of marketing technique and also other business opportunity on the side while I'm doing that one thing. For those times that I was able to achieve my financial result for those businesses, it was like, feel like grinding. It's like very hard work. But for my baby product business, everything felt so easy. It's because of this mindset shift. At that time, before I started the training course, my mentor told me to read one book, and that book is called Outwit the Devil. Even though I'm taking a training course like everybody else, and that particular training course was no different than other money-making opportunity training course that I had done before that allowed me to make really good income. I went into the training course with a different mindset, so I take the approach very differently. On top of that, I say no to every single other opportunity out there. I was just focused on private label, my baby product, and sell on only Amazon, and only focus on one marketing technique at that time was pay-per-click, right? You pay for the advertisement and they will lead to organic result. So I focused on that, and guess what? That business, I was able to generate the most return on investment. When I say no to any other opportunity at that time, but just focus on baby product, sell on Amazon, and pay-per-click lead to organic research. fastest result, biggest result ever. Because I say no to other things, meaning on the flip side, I say yes to this one opportunity. I say yes to this one brand I'm building. I say yes to this one marketing technique. Now, a lot of people will argue that, oh, you should have diversified. But diversify start later. You have to first master before you diversify. Because think about it, if you start diversifying, you end up achieving nothing. And that's why diversify comes once you have things in place. Once you have a system built in place to help you achieve the thing that you're already working on, to fully automate it and free yourself up, then you can start working on diversify. There's time for that. So you have to use your judgment to figure out when you should say no, when you should say yes. My advice is focus on mastery. Once you master one area, then move on to the next one. That's when you start saying yes. So that's on the business level. That's how I first really experienced and hone in on the idea and start live and breathe, fully experience what Warren Buffett is talking about. It's because when you say no to all other distraction, you're focusing on the thing that you already know is working, and you're focusing on the goal and how to achieve that as fast and as big as possible. On a personal level, one of the biggest example I can give you is life enjoyment in general. For years, I've been spending a lot of time acquiring stuff. Like many people, and I thought stuff, material in general, will validate my existence, will validate my happiness. So I spent, time chasing that house, that sport car. When I realized that doesn't really make me happy, so I start saying no to those things and start saying yes to experience in life. When I shift that mindset, personally, I become so much happier. And when I let go all my stuff and focus on experience and say yes to experience and say no to the stuff, that's when my life completely shift, my point of view completely shift. I have never been happier than since I made the decision, focus on experience. Now, don't get me wrong, I still like nice things, but my priority is experience versus stuff. And just that one shift, it allowed me to build better businesses. It allowed me to be a better entrepreneur. It allowed me to be a better husband. It allowed me to be a better father. So that's on a personal level on how I experience the power of saying no a lot more often. To wrap it up, now that you know all 5 secrets, secret number 1, 80-20. Focus on the thing that will generate 80% of the result with 20% of the effort. Secret number 2, as an individual, yes, you have 24 hours. That's why you don't want to waste it. And that's the motivation for you to keep on practicing this until you start live and breathe these mindset and tactic, right? And then the second part of secret number 2 is unlimited. When you focus on the who, not the how, you're able to have unlimited amount of time to help you generate whatever you want to generate and help you achieve whatever you want to achieve. So secret number 3, instead of just spending time being busy, spend your energy on focus on getting output. It doesn't matter how much time you work. If you don't generate the output that you want, your life will not move forward to the next level. Secret number 4, energy. Don't think about time management. On a higher level, think energy management. Result is nothing but energy transfer, right? It's a transfer of different energy that you literally go from your physical energy to create some kind of result. So focus on energy management instead of time management. Last but not least, to wrap everything up, say no a lot more often. Because when you say no, you're actually putting in yes. When you say no to distraction, you say yes to the focus. When you say no to other opportunity, you say yes to the one that is already working for you and maximize it, become mastery. When you say no to whoever just like taking out time from you that don't really care about you, you're saying yes to time spent with your family and your loved one. So there you have it. Those are the 5 secrets that I personally learned from some really smart people, and then through practice, through experience, and that's when I really realized that these are the 5 things that are really gonna move the needle if you're serious about time management and finally have the time freedom so you can do the things that you wanna do. And any one of these will change your life, but if you can stack them all and start implementing all of them in your life, the sky really is the limit. So there you have it. If you'd like to free yourself up from your busy life so you have more time so you can do the thing that you enjoy doing and live the life that you always wanted, I'd like to invite you to join my free webinar where I'm going to share with you 3 secrets on how to work less and make more. So click the link below, join my webinar, and I'll see you there. If you'd like to free yourself up from time management like every day, join my free webinar where I'd like to